So what is good, guys? So we're doing a recap of episode 27. So after the whole stand on business situation, the boys, the girls, they all kind of gathered separately to debrief the whole thing. A said he's confused. Like he's confused why what hole does Chris have on Shelly when they've only had one conversation after coming from Casa? Exactly, I don't understand Ace as well. I really don't. Taylor was like he doesn't get the whole cussing out. Like there's nothing new that he said on that stand. Orlando already knows everything. Facts. Taylor already told you he had a different feeling with Clark. There was nothing new there that he said. I wasn't really like, oh my god, I've never heard this before. It's just Orlandra expectations were not met. She was expecting the guy to come back. You know the whole, they come back from class with another girl, then they go back to their partner. She was expecting that storyline, but it wasn't working out. So she's venting, and the venting's a little too late. You should have crashed out when he picked Clark. Period. He's like that. She didn't cuss me out. Like only my mother and my wife can do that, but she ain't none of that. Exactly. And then Zach is basically like, he find it very hard to understand Amaya because if he talks to her, she's going to start to cry. But if you know that that's the kind of person she is, why would you air it out in front of everybody? So there was lack of emotional intelligence there. My girl, I know Amaya, like I love her and everything, but she needs to work on lowering down the tears because people are scared she might cry when they talk to her. And she needs to let people talk. Amaya might do a lot of things, but she definitely asks you your boundaries. And you say you're okay with the whole babe thing, you're okay with this and that. She told you that she's an affectionate girl, she's an emotional girl. Like she's giving you all her baggage. She's showing you exactly who she is. So now that you're trying to take a step back, like this all new to you, it's questioning, it's making me give you the side eye. Orlandra, the humiliation ritual is over now. So our girl Orlandra success can come out of that because you didn't need to be humiliated twice. It had to be a ritual. But anyways, she was telling Clark that, Taylor's gonna fuck you up. You better open your eyes. And if you need any advice, come to me. Huda just sitting there, all moping, just sitting by herself. She don't want to talk to nobody. She don't want to chat with nobody. That's kind of a mood. Sometimes I just don't want to speak to anybody. Like, you piss me off. Let's not have a conversation. But another thing that's funny, the reason why she's also in there, like, oh, it's also another thing. So Grace is that whoever wrote that postcard about the Pepe and Hannah is someone that has no sympathy, and all the girls agree. And deep down, we don't know, like, oh god, I messed up. So it's two things: she's pissed off with the girls, and she's also pissed off that she's the one who wrote that letter. But I don't think it was Pepe that wrote that letter, but who does? She spoke facts, but she should have stood on business. Now it's looking like she's sneaky. She's a sneaky person. It would have been better if she confessed and said, I wrote it, and said the reason why she wrote such a thing. So Shelly and Orlandra, they sit together, chatting about the whole thing. And Shelly's like, she's so surprised by Ace writing that card. Ace said, they're both open. So she was really surprised by what he said. I guess what she's saying is that, Ace was the one exploring around. Ace messed up. When he had the chance to pick me, he picked Amaya. So Ace has messed up many times. So Shelly's trying to do her own back. It's giving like revenge, but it's like, it's a little too late. Clock is ticking. And Ace wants to close things off. So it's basically Shelly's like, all cause Ace is done exploring doesn't mean I have to be done. I just started. So Huda basically tells Chris that, Chris, I'm the one that wrote that letter about Pepe and Hannah. And she's like, oh god, I messed up. She did. You should have stood on business and said you wrote it. Period. So Huda next week she's eating breakfast alone. Girl, you're doing too much now, but sometimes you just want to be alone when everybody in the room pisses you off. I get it. Orlandra and Huda, they finally speak, and Orlandra apologizes. But if that was my friend and she aired me out like that, I'll be side-eyeing her. I wouldn't be telling her any of my secrets anymore. Case closed. So now Zach and Amaya speak, and yeah, this clip was confusing because I'm trying to analyze it because I know my girl, she has a fault, she's a crybaby, and she's gonna speak over people. But I was trying to analyze this clip, where Amaya and Zach are talking to each other, and I saw it on TikTok that someone says, they're definitely cutting things out. Girl had her glasses up, then she didn't have glasses. It was just interchanging. I don't like that. I don't like when they don't give us the full story. That's why I don't know if they're saying something we don't know because they're not giving us the whole story. It was basically like, the time when we kissed the first time, I actually didn't want to kiss you. It's like I was forced to. It's not something I would do in the real world. I do feel like that kiss was forced. He should have said he didn't want to do it. But at the same time, just say the truth. The reason you did it is because so you could go to the main villa. That's the reason you did it. Orlando wasn't gonna give you any time of day. Amaya was pushing that kiss on you, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do it, but F it, let me do it so I can getting to the main verdict. That's the whole truth. Then another thing is that it was like the whole kissing situation made him feel uncomfortable. Why did you wait this long to say you felt uncomfortable on a kiss that you've had like 6 days ago? You know, I would have preferred if you gave examples of something of recent, not back then. But the example you gave, it wasn't valid to me. It wasn't valid to me at all, because you both needed each other to get into me. Let's be truthful with that. But just that after the whole fakery that you guys did, you know, was there a connection built? Were there sparks or whatever? That's what I really want to know. That first kiss thing, it wasn't valid to me. But anyway, she basically says, you know, you're a dishonest man. She was just saying like choppy things that didn't really rhyme with what he's saying. They were caught in the clips. They're trying to make it seem like the girl was talking over him. It basically means that Zach was saying some other things that we don't know about. But anyway, she called him an odd individual. She walks away and saying, I never want to speak to you again. And it's like, yeah, see you later. Okay. Graceland. Pepe is straightforward. He already told you he's not into you. He's still meeting Hannah. I don't understand why Pepe is not home. He's not packing his bags. Why is Pepe still there? Like, what are we looking for? Graceland talks to Pepe saying that, she's basically trying to, still work it out. And he's basically like, I don't feel any sparks. And yeah, I don't understand why we want to work things out when they clearly don't like it. It's giving Orlando 2.0. Maya and Brian. So the thing is that we should stop shipping people. Like, if they had one conversation together and they're laughing, don't ship them straight away. The fact that people are already shipping Amaya and Brian, it means we don't mean well for this girl. She basically speaks to Brian saying thank you, when we're all there, like you're the one that stood up for me. And he was like, yeah, you had to do it because, he basically knows about the culture, telling the girl that she looks good and everything. I do thank Brian for signing up for Amaya, but I still don't trust nobody in that villa for Amaya. She just needs to win that 100k alone, but she can't. Let's be real. But whoever she's coupled up with, I don't care anymore. Whoever she's coupled up with, it doesn't matter anymore. So Shelly and Huda speak. Finally, it's giving production out to get you guys to sit together and talk, because it's been 3 days and they haven't even had a conversation. Basically everything Shelly said, she said it before. She didn't change it. She's pissed off with the Chris and the Ace thing. Left her bitter taste in her mouth. And Huda apologized. She apologized and said, I'm sorry. Shelly was forced to sit with Huda. Like, she wasn't feeling it. So now it's game time. So the game is basically what America thinks of them, and this is the conclusion of the game is people finally see that we love Amaya. Amaya is the people's princess. Ace is shocked. First they had to rank themselves, and then after, they gotta see, does it match with America? Most to least genuine. Everybody picked Elon as most genuine, Zach as least genuine, because they're basically basing it on yesterday, they're basing it yesterday with the whole stand on business thing, but the voting was way before that, so Zach should have been least. American voting is Pepe is the most genuine, because it's straight, it speaks facts. Ace was ninth. That was a humbling experience for Ace. He's shocked. He's like, I wish I could receive, the criticism from America. Yeah, girl, you're a manipulating man with the whole Jeremiah thing. There's a lot you need to, when you come out, there's a lot you need to know. They put 10th as Taylor, just basically with the whole Clark thing. It's enough. The guy picked Clark, let's call it a day. But basically, Taylor and Clark, they were least for everything. Best boyfriend Ace, he thinking is number one. Everybody thinking is number one because it makes breakfast for everybody. All this, he gave all of you an act. He acted it all out, but we can see through the screen that man is playing a lot of game. So, and I put Austin as last. I'll put him last as well. Like, that guy does nothing for any girl. But America voted that Pepe is number one, and they put Ace as the eighth. That was a little embarrassing. Shelly was shocked. It was like, nobody knows Ace like I do. Exactly. Nobody knows Ace like you do, because you guys know each other from the outside. Taylor obviously is the least. Like, Taylor just getting it. Taylor and Clark, they're just getting it. Hopefully, Clark, like, I feel sorry for Clark. She did nothing wrong. Like, she did what she gotta do. But I hope, like, in the next episode, like, people just, let Clark have a break. Yes, now it's the girls' turn. Who would you trust with your secret? Definitely not Orlando. Orlando should be last. Shelly was humbled here, so she basically picked herself as number one. And the boys actually said no, they should be number two. They put Jaden as number one because she's like an investigator. So Shelly's second, and who they just put herself to the end because she was like, yeah, I know how everybody feels about me. And the fact that Pepe is filming, that's so funny. I love it. What did America say? Who would have trusted the secret? Who's a girl's girl? Amaya is number one. Finally, our girl's happy. And Ace tells the boys that he didn't expect that. They put Iris as second, Orlando as third, Shelly as eighth. Humbling experience. Very humbling experience. Because she was thinking she's definitely number one. And Clark the least. I'm sorry, girl. You know, you gotta stick with your man. That's, you know, you gotta stick with your man. Next is most genuine. Everybody puts Orlando as first, and she's happy to be there because she feels that she's the most genuine as well. Clark just said, I'm gonna stay where I am. Clark gets the vibe, she gets the memo. And most genuine, they said, Orlando, you go third. Most genuine is Amaya. She's like, either take me for who I am or F off. Iris is second, Orlando is third, and ninth is Shelly. The humbling they gave Shelly, the humbling they gave her. And least genuine is Clark, and Clark, she said, I knew this. So next is couple ranking, like which couple would you go on a vacation with? So everybody just put Amaya and Zach as first because I think they get the memo now. They get the memo that, you know, Amaya is always going to be number one, period. But the fact that they're all like, you know, yeah, we'll definitely go on vacation with Amaya and Zach because they're so funny. There's never a dull moment. I don't see this. I don't see Zach and Amaya making jokes. I don't see it. Like production, what's going on? This is what I hate. This is what I hate when I end up saying things and I don't know about it and I have to, you know, make assumptions. Like this is not supposed to be. I want to see the full thing. Ellie and Ace put themselves as number two, and obviously everybody agrees on number two. Nick and Sierra third, and Taylor and Clark then get the memo. They stayed last. And the fact that Zach and Amaya just had an argument in the previous episode, and I don't know if these are fake smiles. Like there ain't no fake smile from Amaya because, you know, she's always happy. Like she's a forgiving girl. She moves on with her day. The fact that they're holding hands, smiling, Zaki! And you know, because obviously this is like a Maybelline advert when they were in the dressing room. They're obviously doing their little sponsorship ads. Maya and Zach, they were coming out smiling. I was thinking like, yeah, I guess you gotta fake it for the commercial. These Americans though, Amaya and Zach were right. They are the people who want to go on vacation with, not because of Zach, Amaya. Anyways, then Sierra and Nick was second. So Shelly and Ace, they gotta go. So again, they just kept going to the bottom. It was embarrassing to watch. Like they just went straight to Ace, and they're shocked. They're shocked. This was a very humbling experience for Ace and Shelly today. The games they're playing is too much. People can see through that they're playing games. Game over. Only a week left. Anyways, and the least obviously is Taylor and Clark. America voted their favorite boy and girl. I wish they revealed that, but anyway, they didn't. So the people that at least voted for, you know, we got 3 boys, 3 girls, and they're going home. Only one person can be saved. Thank God a lot of people are going home because there's way too many people. There's way too many people in that villa. The girls, we got Gracelyn, we got Jaden, we got Andrea, and the boys, we got TJ, Taylor, and Austin. I was thinking Clark was gonna be there, but I'm happy she's not. Like, girl has been through a lot. TJ, Taylor, Austin. The fact there's no Casa boys, I'm confused. So with all the 6 individuals, everybody else has to stand beside the person they want to save. So let's go on with the voting. So Taylor, he had Clark, he had Pepe. Gracelyn was shocked. Pepe, did you really have to do that? I just want to kick Gracelyn out. But anyways. Yeah. He had Nick, he had Ace, he had Sierra. He had 5 votes. So everybody was a bit shocked with the Sierra thing, but Sierra said, I'm gonna stick by my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. And Taylor had the most votes anyway, so she could have evened it out, but she said, no, I'm gonna stick beside him. Poor TJ. Like, ain't nobody stand beside TJ. Honestly, TJ, there was nothing to his character. There was no reason for me to vote him as my favorite boy. He did nothing for me. Like, the only time I see him is with Iris, and I do other things when they're on screen. Like, I don't care for them. So it was obvious it would be in the bottom. It gave nothing. Like, even Casa Boys gave more. Like, Elon and Brian, they gave more than TJ, and he's been there for a long while. Anyways, so he only had 2 votes. He only had Iris and Zach. And you would expect Sarah to kind of back up TJ because that's her friend Iris. Iris was there for you too. But no, she didn't. She said, I'm going to stick beside him. And yeah, you got to respect that, I guess. Then we got Jaden. And she had Brian, and then I was shocked. Like, why are you shocked? You basically told the guy that you want to get to know the boys. And the fact you even went to Pepe saying that, you know, they weren't interested in Brian without even communicating with him. I believe Pepe would have, you know, spilled the beans to Brian anyway. And Brian also said you were boring. So, I don't know why she was shocked. I don't know why she was shocked. Jaylee basically had Brian and Chris. Next is Grayson. Grayson, only one person stood beside her. I know Elon just stood beside her because it's like someone needs to stand beside someone needs to stand for this girl. So Elon went with Graceland. Then we have Austin. Only Olandria. Olandria said bestie, bestie, bestie. So he only had one person. And Taylor they was looking at Olandria like, girl, stand at my back. Stand. I hope it was the cameras just put in different clips because it was like, what were you expecting? Dorina had the three girls. She had Huda, she had Amaya, she had Shelly. The fact that Andrina doesn't fuck with Huda, the fact that she's been faking, the fact that Huda thinks like Adrina is her friend and she's not. It was weird that Huda was the first person to stand, to stand for her. Now they're packing their bags. Austin tells Amaya like, don't let anybody knock you down. Just keep being you. It's weird. I feel like Austin means well for Amaya. Austin knows that she does have a good heart, but it just didn't work. But it's just like you could have communicated that when she asked you. So I don't feel like there was any hard. So I don't feel like there was any hard feelings there, and there's no beef. So everybody was kicked out except Taylor. That's the only guy saved. But Austin, he's like, yeah, at least I'm leaving my girl. Period. And exactly now that TJ is gone, Iris, go. Just go. You don't need to be sitting there doing. Just go. You don't need to be crying. Just go with him and call it a day. It's Love Island. You found love. Bye. Paper 2 needs to leave. Like, the villa, we need more people to leave. It's going to be over next week. We need people to voluntarily leave. I don't know why this is staying there. I guess they're just staying there to finish up the vacation.